So in the previous video on slip gauges, we studied and we saw what are slip gauges and how they are used. And this is a short video to explain you how to select the slip gauges for building a particular dimension from the uh, available set of slip gauges. Let's say that we have a set of 103 pieces, and this set consists of these many slip gauges. So the details are listed here. And by using this set, we want to build a dimension of 58.975 mm. Okay. So to start with, we don't want to waste much time for the selection of slip gauges. If we go for trial and error method, it will take a lot of time. And finally, we want to come up with such a combination of pieces such that the number of pieces is minimum. Okay. So the strategy that we are going to adopt is like this. We start with the last decimal digit, which is 5, and which means that 0.005 mm. And let's say we have a piece of 1.005 mm. So we select a piece of 1.005 mm. That means now we are left with 58.975 minus 1.005 mm. Okay, so after selecting a piece of 1.005 mm, sorry, after selecting a piece of 1.005 mm, now we are left with 57.970 mm. Okay, so I have simply subtracted 1.005 from 58.975. Out of the remaining dimension, again we look at the last decimal place, which is 7, or in this case I can also look at the 2.97. So if we consider the last decimal digit, which is 7, and we look into the set for a piece that has a last digit as 7, so uh, it is from this 49 pieces. Okay, so we have 1.01 mm to 1.49 mm, and inside this range we have a slip gauge of 1.47. Okay, because this particular range is in the steps of 0.5 mm, so there is no way we will get decimal of 0.07. Okay, so we will have to choose 1.47 mm, and of course this range also has 1.07, 1.17, 1.27, 1.37. Okay, so those pieces are also there inside that range, but then we will require additional slip gauges to compensate for the gap. Okay, so for example, if we select 1.07 slip gauge, then we will have to select an additional slip gauge of 1.4, right? I think, yes, 1.4. Okay, so we want to accomplish the task with minimum number of slip gauges. So that's why we choose 1.47 mm. So after choosing 1.47 mm, we are left with 57.97 minus 1.47. So now we are left with 56.5 mm, and again we look at 0.5. So now this 0.5, sorry, this should be 0.07. Okay. So we have this range for 0.5 mm, and again in this range we look for the slip gauge that has the highest value, uh, which is useful for us to build this dimension, and that value is 6.5. Okay, because we have 56.5 mm, and so we can select 6.5 mm. So let us choose 6.5 mm, and then we are left with 56.5 minus 6.5, which is 50 mm, and finally we have a piece of 50 mm. So by combining these slip gauges together, we have one 1.005 mm slip gauge, then one 1.47 mm slip gauge, then one 6.5 mm slip gauge, and finally a 50 mm piece. So we combine four slip gauges to build a dimension of 58.975. Okay, so that is how the slip gauges are selected from the available set. So now let us consider second scenario. Again, we have the same set of 103 pieces, and those are the details. And this time we want to determine an unknown dimension correct to 3 decimal places. So sorry, we may have a workpiece like this. Let's say maybe this is a cylindrical workpiece, and we want to determine the height of this cylinder correct to 3 decimal places. And uh, we don't know what the height is, but we want to determine the height correctly by using the slip gauges available from this set correct to 3 decimal places. So what we do first is using vernier caliper. Using caliper, we determine the height of the cylinder or the unknown dimension correct to the nearest 0.1 mm. Okay, and let's say that by measuring that height using vernier caliper, the value comes out to be 47.4 mm. Okay, then after finding out this value, now we only have one slip gauge, this one, uh, for the third decimal, which is 1.005 mm for 0.005. Sorry, this should not be decimal. It should be 0.005 mm. That is third decimal. Now we were able to find out the height correct to the first decimal using caliper. Okay, so 0.4 mm, but we still don't know the second decimal and third decimal place. So for third decimal place, we only have one piece in this set, that is 1.005 mm, and the only decision about this piece whether this is required or not. So we will see it later on. And for the second decimal place, we have the slip gauges point from 1.01 to 1.09. And by using these 9 pieces, we will establish the value of second decimal place 0.01 to 0.09. So it might be 0.02, 0.03, and so on up to 0.09. And for that, we have the pieces from this range 1.01 to 1.09. Okay, so ultimately to find out the uh, second and third decimal value, we have to use one piece of 1.005 mm and one piece from this range. Okay, so that means uh, this 1.005 and 1.01. So if we combine the left most value or the whole number, then it comes out to be 2 mm, right? So the decision about second and third decimal place can be taken only when we reduce 2 mm from 47.4 mm. And if I do that, this is just because we don't have 0.01 to 0.09 slip gauges. We have 1.01 to 1.09, and we do not have 0.005 mm slip gauges, we have 1.005. So that means we have to take 2 mm away from this, out of this. So this comes out to be 45.2 mm. Okay, so this 45.2 mm is easy. Now this is known. We know that we will definitely require 45.2 mm, and which I can again combine using the strategy we saw on the previous slide, as 1.2 mm, 1.2 mm for point 2, plus for 45 we have uh, we have 25 and 20, right? 45.21, sorry, no, 1.2. So after choosing 1.2, now 45.2 minus 1.2 is 44. So for 44, we have 19 mm slip gauge plus 25 mm slip gauge. Okay, so by combining these three slip gauges, we get 45.2 mm. Now for the remaining length, or for remaining dimension, now we have to make a trial and error method to find out the value of second and third decimal place out of this range. Okay, so for this particular range, we will have to find out which out of those 9 slip gauges correctly uh, fits the dimension, and for this particular piece we will have to simply find out whether that piece is required or not. Okay, so for this we will try 1.01 to 1.09 mm pieces starting from 1.01. So if you start from 1.01 mm piece, one of those pieces will give a large dimension and the next one will give a small dimension. Okay, so we will choose out of that range based upon the judgment. Okay, this is completely based upon experience and judgment. And once we choose a piece out of 1.01 to 1.09, we have to decide whether 1.005 mm piece is needed or not by taking it out and adjusting the dimension near to that value. The sense of feel is very important in the use of slip gauge and depends upon the skill of the operator.